Hello, hello, hello. My name is Hans. Today we are going to look for some altcoins on PulseChain. If you really want me to take a look at yours, leave it in the chat and we might get to them. I am simply a dude on the internet. Frankly, I know very little. You have to listen to me at your own risk. I'm not a financial advisor. Speak to yours. I know nothing. And you will get wrecked listening to me. So over here we have BTC. I think pretty much this is fine. This is consolidation, right? We've just been moving sideways in a range here. We were early, very quick in the cycle. We went very high. I told you guys on Katie's channel many times that this has moved very fast, and the best thing you can hope for is at least a consolidation or maybe a little bit of a correction. Everything is fine unless we start losing that level. If I invert this chart, you can clearly see this is very, very bullish market structure to break higher, right? But in this case, this is bearish market structure. You can see the clear W, right? It's clear as day. If you do lose at that level, we have a measured move. Let's just measure that out. And we can expect the altcoins to get absolutely slaughtered. That takes us to 38,000 US dollars. Just a measured move. Generally in bear markets, these moves, measured moves to the downside, don't really play out. But I mean, there's really no traffic until we get back to this level here, which is 31,000. Right, there is some traffic at 40,000 and a little bit at 52, but not a lot. Right, it's very risky. We can see that the bearish prints on the indicators here has been going on for a long time. It literally looks like a top, right? But you can see how long it plays out, right? I don't think we are there because this is the weekly scale. And if we go to the monthly, we don't really have bearish divergences that have printed like in previous tops. Especially on the RSI, it doesn't look, you can see the bearish divergences print, right? So I'm not too concerned about that. What I would love to happen is for this to move sideways all the way into September and October. There's a cool astrology lady that I watched with Verve recently. Yeah, and she's saying that I know astrology is woohoo and all that stuff, but I practically called this top months before it happened, even in the previous year, just by looking at the eclipses that started right here. Right? I don't know if it works, right? I'm not claiming that it does. It's just interesting, something to look out for. What is cool about astrology that there isn't really a time analysis that you can do with technical analysis that I called the bottom pretty well with the time analysis, and there's a video on my YouTube for calling it literally a month early, a few weeks early. Anyway, so it's interesting things to look at and to think about. Either way, we're still moving along here. Not much has changed. I'm going to go through, I haven't done this watch list in a very, very long time. This is the weekly scale. This is commodities. We can see when inflation was really high, and this is a good measure of inflation because this is the raw products, right? And we're tagging along here. I'm just moving sideways. It's come down drastically, right? Inflation. So Bitcoin dominance, this is the chart that everybody's watching. You can see the overextension here. Just as I talked about the overextension for BTC, you're going to have to at least consolidate, maybe go higher before we have a breakdown here. But there's bearish divergences all over this chart, not only on the weekly, but it's printed on the monthly as well. Bearish divergence and bearish signals firing on this indicator, right? You don't just look at one indicator to take a trade. You look for confluence with different ones before taking a trade. So Bitcoin dominance, obviously this needs to roll over for us to have a bull season in the altcoins. You can see, maybe we can, I mean, it's taken so long, it's really not even worth trying to predict when this rollover. We can all just know that it's overextended. It's never been this overextended, and when it does roll over, it's going to be good for us, right? Coinbase, I mean, it just looks the exact same as BTC. Beautiful run. When did it bottom? Like in January the 3rd. When did BTC bottom? In November. So slightly later, Coinbase stopped out. But you can see the structure. It looks the exact same. And once again, as soon as this is bearish market structure. So you don't want to lose these support levels, right? Otherwise, it's gobbling down. Dogecoin right back at accumulation. This is probably the reload zone. Everybody was telling me I was crazy when I was showing you guys that these things all have to come back to retest breakout levels. Yeah, and we are now there, and I can't fault them if they wanted to get some Dogecoin here, because it is going to do well. This is the dollar index, strong bearish divergences. Remember, we want the dollar to be weak for risk assets to do well, and crypto being a risk asset. I mean, it's low here on the monthly. Everybody thinks we are due for a breakdown, and I mean, this $93 area is probably the target for the long term. And whatever happens here, we need this to roll over, right? This was the bottom of all risk assets up here. Although BTC bottomed in November, which is when you had that massive sell-off or that breakdown, that was the bottom. The ES, this is the S&P. This is all-time highs. Let's look on the daily. I mean, it's never been this high, right? Starting to print some bearish divergences. Maybe a pullback is due, and it won't be good for us. ETH BTC. Strong bullish divergences on the weekly. This is ETH valued over BTC, and we wanted this to do well because this is kind of the leader for the altcoins. It's broken above here on the RSI moving average, which is good to see. The last time this happened was practically the lows right here. The last time we saw this signal fire on, you see, I'll make it big. You see the RSI get above the moving average. The RSI, this is the Willy, so it's a little bit of faster moving average. But you can see the peak through it, where we're at now, and then a retest of the trend line, and off we go into alt season. So this is showing now, right? ETH BTC. Apparently this has some good astrological readings starting on the 14th. Let's actually mark that on our chart, because that's when this this lady is predicting. This is a bullish divergences that is formed here on the last leg down. Just come to retest the beautiful W, right? How many times have I taught you guys this, the retest of the W? Hopefully I'm live. Let me just see. Okay, yeah, I am live. I started on a roll and I haven't really checked. What's up, Hex647? What's up, Red Squirrel? Oi, oi. So just retesting this. This is positive. Your indicators have reset beautifully. Just retesting the breakout level. So yeah, so the 14th, apparently the 14th has some cool stuff happening for right here. Let's add some text here so we can refer back to it. Okay, and we'll look to that. Whereas BTC seems to be very bearish. The hero, maybe this makes the dollar a little bit more easy to tell. I mean, it's in the middle of no man's land. This looks like bearish structure if you lose this. So that's weakness in, that's strength in the dollar. Let's go to higher time frames here on the, yeah, I mean, this needs to roll over. This looks much clearer here. So that shows us continued dollar weakness. And it's finally actually breaking down here. This could be good news. Anyway, I won't spend too much time on that. Gold still at all-time highs, interestingly enough. Getting a little bit oversold there. It's definitely not in value, but that's pretty clear, right? Chainlink, it's bounced off the 61.8 a few times. I mean, it's not in value. You can see where I've shown the breakout level to come back to. This is the monthly chart. Holding up relatively well here above the 61.8. This might have been the only chance it's going to give you to get some. Nvidia up on the day, again, once again, all-time highs, right? Pretty crazy. What a buy down here, hey? And everybody was on the sidelines and is still in the sidelines. Oh, no, sorry, that was the Nasdaq. This is Nvidia. Very strong, right? I mean, just higher. Higher for longer. There's really no value in trying to call the top here for something that's rallying like that. You won't get it. So this is the others. We should probably start at total. This is the total market cap. This is not broken out just yet. This is forming bullish divergences. Hidden bullish divergence. I mean, it had a bearish divergence on the weekly, which is now broken down. But it's still holding very, very strong here. It's the same, right? As soon as you lose this $2 trillion level, it's goblin down, and you're gonna come back to retest these levels here. Hope and pray you hold here, but there's not much there. The RSI is coming down nicely. This is what you want to see, right? So this is hidden bullish divergences that is forming here as the indicators are lower, yet price action is still making a higher low. It's kind of just making space for it to move higher. Total 2, this is total market cap excluding BTC and stable coins. And I mean, there is bearish divergence. I mean, I don't like measuring the bearish divergence not from a peak. Either way, you need that area to hold. This is a much healthier chart. It's a much more shallower breakout. You can see where the retest is where like 50k for BTC, whereas the retest is at 32 for BTC, and this is right. So there's going to be a lot of support here, which is good to see. But we haven't broken out. I mean, we can still consolidate here, and these indicators can still cool down. So, but that's the best case scenario you can possibly hope for, is another 2 months of boring sideways movement. Otherwise, we're going to go up and down. Total 3, this is the total market cap excluding BTC, ETH, and stablecoins. This is much weaker, but you can see it's still holding its level, importantly enough. The indicators are coming down beautifully, right? This is creating a lot of space for the altcoins really to move here, because these are almost oversold. I mean, the last time it was this low, yeah, it was all the way back in the accumulation range back here. So you can see how much space is created without really moving to the downside. That's a lot of hidden bullish divergence, and that indicates continuation to the upside. We're not going to look at the bonds. Tether, this is an important one, right? And this is the weekly scale. You can see bullish market structure, right? If this breaks out here, the altcoins and BTC is going to do poorly because everybody goes into stable coins right when they're selling. So the dominance of the stable coins will increase, and that's bearish for us. You wanted this to break lower, and it's created a lot of bullish divergences here, and this looks like it has some legs in there, right? Because that now shows us the bullish market structure in USDT and bearish market structure across the board for all of these, for the majors, right? But obviously, I mean, PulseChain is going to get wrecked just as hard as everything else if this breaks out and PulseChain breaks lower. But there is some bearish divergences forming here, as this has not been a higher high here, but the indicators are making higher lows. So you can see that it is already, how do you say, it's already struggling here, right? Now, this is still a downtrend. The downtrend has not changed. I mean, unless we break above here. You got a higher low, and we've only had lower highs all the way through. And let me just pause this here. Yeah, so pivotal moments, you can see how low the wow, the indicators got here. This is scary looking at this chart, right? But there are people saying that this is a corrective wave and that we're going to break lower. And obviously, that is what you want to see. And the market is testing us here for more upside, right? But I mean, how are we going to go higher with these indicators totally reset? Not only on the weekly, but on the monthly as well. Look at this on the monthly. Wow. Oil, if it's above 77, it kind of puts pressure on everything, and you can see it's trying to break out here. And that's also not good for us. I mean, this the seasonal trade starts at the middle of June or 21 June, right? That's generally when you have. Let's see if we can find GANs. Hopefully, it gives us the nice chart that we're looking for. Either way, note that it peaks in June. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it here. I do have it in my educational content on my here we go. Let's see if we can paste it here. Funny how that works, right? But we kind of had the sell in May already in March, right? As we've topped out here. So the seasonal trade into June and really only in September and December you kind of bottom out, right? So I think we have some very, very boring months ahead. And I mean, that's the best you can hope for. Finally, on the home builders index, you guys know that I'm a fan of the 18.6-year property cycle and that we're heading into 2026 and 2025 when that 18-year cycle ends and you get a large correction across the board. So we're right in this winner's curse where prices move up a lot very, very quickly for us to have a massive correction after that. And yeah, I think we've gone over the macro. We can kind of get an idea that everything is bearish. It's a very pivotal area, a moment that we are in now. And these areas really need to hold. PulseChain, right? Right back to the bottom of the range. I mean, we can pull up as many indicators as we like. I mean, we can look for some bullish stuff. Let's start at the on-balance volume. So you can see that the on-balance volume made new lows, yet we have price is still higher. So this is hidden bullish divergence on one of the indicators that measures volume, which is valuable because this is one of the most honest and slowest moving indicators that you get. And that's the weekly chart. If we go to the 3-day, same story, right? Lots of volume have left. I mean, this is the lowest the volume has ever been, the buying volume has ever been, but the price action is still higher. That is a bullish candle, the previous one that we got, and this is a bullish engulfing candle. So these two daily candles, this is an empire, a reversal signal, right? But we need to close above there at least. This needs to be a green candle, right? And if we even close there, that is an empire, because it looks like the Empire State Building. Let me reverse it for you guys. Invert the chart, right? That's the Empire State Building there with the spire going up here. And that's a reversal signal. Wherever you get it, you can get it at the tops and you can get it at the bottoms as well. And that's what we're forming here right now. So that's the 3-day. There's no bullish divergence here, but if we go to the daily, we do have bullish divergence on the OBV. It's finally actually printed. And it's formed, but not confirmed. It needs to break above here. But you don't have any market structure here. This is a V bottom. You guys know we need to see this on all time frames. Right, on the 4 hour, you'll see it. We probably have the W on the 4 hour, and we can go zoom in there. It's about to form, right? Yeah, it needs to break above the 4,591 for this W to be confirmed here on the 4 hourly. Looking good so far. But there are other altcoins that are outperforming already, bouncing very, very hard. That sentiment is low, but it's fine. I continue to buy these levels. If I want to diversify, I will diversify from here. So I'm parking the DCA in here. And if you really want to be... That is the W breakout here that I think we're just retesting. You can see the clear W here. The breakout to the retest. It's going to be strong support at 4,000. I don't know if we get there. Maybe this has already been the retest, right? If I look at the weekly, it's already printed either way. PulseX. PulseX is about to break out of all new highs here. This is a massive structure here. This is incredibly bullish, even if you mark this against... let's say this is a USD trading coin, right? Just forget this is PLSX. This is incredibly bullish, right? You're breaking all-time highs here, about to break all-time highs here. And there's a famous saying that says, show me a new high and I'll show you a buy, right? But it's overextended here. But I can't get in front of this, right? You don't have any market structure to tell you that this is stopped out or anything like that. And on shorter time frames, I'm pretty sure that it's got a lot more room to go. You can see how long it actually took to finally top out with these various divergences, even on the daily. Now, I'm talking to you guys as if you know technical analysis well, but I mean, it's like I'm talking to myself anyway, but besides, yeah, anyway. Yeah, drop your requests, please. If you're enjoying this show and you are present with me and it's not a lot of bots, please click the like button. If you don't like me, click the dislike button, right? I'm super fine with that as well. Okay, so let's look for some cope on Hex here. I mean, let's go to PLSX because this is a very, very impressive USD chart, PLSX. You can see the last time this indicator has done this, it was back here. You can see the red line above the blue line. Shout out to Stylo. He showed me this indicator. Yeah, so just to show you the exact fractal, that this is the exact same pattern that they're making, which was the lows previously, right here, right? You can see I'll spread out the radius from the blue, right over here. Then you get a strong pivot, right? They just quickly turn, and you can see the turn happened here. Slap a bang at what our most recent bottom was. Now, this wasn't the bottom. It went on for 3 more weeks and then finally bottomed. But this looks already quite strong here on the weekly. That's a little doji candle. We've gotten right back into the traffic here, and we're starting to break out on PLSX. So yeah, I'm very impressed with the PLSX chart. It hasn't even gone as low as PLSX. I mean, PLSX Pulse went to this level here, this breakout here, where we can see PLSX on the USD value has held. I mean, it's not even tested these breakout levels down here. So showing a lot of strength actually, which is quite impressive. And we've looked at it versus PLS, right? I mean, there is no way that I'm chasing this up here. I talked about the bullishness down here. And if you bought down here, you're probably at 50, right? You're about to sell half of your PLSX back into Pulse to get a free position in this coin if you bought these W's down here. But there's a large W here. You could even have bought that one, and your double for that would be up here somewhere. We could do extensions to see, but I would like for us obviously to first to make new highs, to break above and close candles above that level. And we can do some fib extensions. And there's your first target, 0.64, and then the parking garage would be slap bang at 1-to-1. Slap bang at 1-to-1. This is the parking garage, this whole area, and this is where the professionals will be taking most of their profits out of this position. But PLSX versus PLS incredibly strong here. This is, I mean, this is the highest candles the candles have ever been. Not well, if they are to close here, this is the highest, and it's probably going to break higher from there. I've got my PLSX positions, and I'm not swapping my PLS for my PLSX here. In fact, I'm probably doing the opposite if I had taken this trade. I've just been compounding my profits into my farms. So I've constantly been buying both sides of PLSX and PLS. And farming incentive token. And I mean, this is an absolute beautiful chart, right? Doesn't matter if this is the ratio, all of these things acted the same way. It's just a chart at the end of the day, and this is showing you minimotion. Right, but everybody's going to want to chase it here like fools. Anyway, I won't be doing that. Hex. Now I'm probably doing the opposite that everybody else is doing. I mean, you can see how beautifully this is the Hex ratio versus PLS, right? And you guys were telling me that this is going to outperform at the top here. I know people that went all in, and they're all in other coins now, right? And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Honestly, I can just, no, not all of you, right? Some, but it's the market participants. I'm not really mad at people. I'm just funny sometimes how these markets are absolutely brutal. Now we're right back in value. You can see the overall value zone is this area here, and we are inside it, right? Not only that, but on the short term from the lows here, we are once again on top of the reload zone. Now this is Hex versus PLS, right? This is the 3-day chart. Either way, should I look for bullish divergences? Right above the value zone, I don't know if it gives us a chance down here inside of it, but I mean, if you were a granny, I won't fault the granny if she wanted to do a little nibble here. What's a few hearts between friends, right? And sell half on a double, that would be 140 up here, right at the highs. You would have a free position in Hex. Now, they're not a financial advisor. This is just what the granny will do. This is not me telling you to go take a trade here, right? I'm a professional. I know how to manage my risk. I know what percentage I'm going to put of my overall portfolio I'm going to put in every trade. I know where I'm exiting. I know, like, if I was trading on exchanges, the limit order would be set exactly as soon as my order gets filled. Right? If you're not handling this as a small business and being professional, you are going to get wrecked. You're going to follow your emotions, and you're going to walk away by the end of this bull market absolutely destroyed and wrecked. So get a method, join my Patreon, see what I'm doing. You can ask me an infinite amount of questions. You've got access to me. I'm here literally 15 hours a day. All right, I'm not going to go and copy what Somi says. But anyway, you guys get my point, right? Learn this. You can literally master trading and investing. No jokes, you can master it. Okay, incentive token over here. You can see the W already forming here on this chart. Even on the weekly, right? And I'll draw it in for you guys because this has been very easy for me over time to recognize these patterns. There's your W there, and that is the weekly right here on the 3-day. And it's higher, right? These lows are defended. I'll plot it in for you. Beautifully defended. And on the daily, triple bottom here forming. Beautiful, bullish divergence that formed here on the last leg down. And that will be confirmed as soon as you break above here, which is about to confirm. It tried to confirm there. Yeah, I mean, this chart is ready to go. Not only that, if you're valuing your assets versus PLS, you're well within the reload zone. So you're about to form the market structure. You have the bullish divergence. You have the location. I can't fault the granny if she wanted to take this, but the most disciplined granny will wait for that level to confirm for price action to close above it, right? But I do not like valuing my assets versus USD because I'm not putting anything in USD just yet. I'm waiting for the end of the bull market, hopefully, to time it out. But you can see the ratio versus PLS, it's not in value. Unfortunately, I have to let this go. I'm constantly selling my incentive token. I don't care how much people try to shame me. That has been the strategy from the start. I'm sticking to it. And you can see the kind of the message here, right? It's sticking to your plan. It's being incredibly disciplined, more disciplined than you've been with anything in your life previously. Because most of you won't adjust a kitchen faucet in your own home, but you will go and invest against professionals like myself that have made this their trade, right? This is not telling you that I'm the best or anything like that. I haven't mastered this. I have a lot more work to do personally. But you're going up against some of the best here. I think we've covered Hex. Good enough here. Just to look at it versus USD, because every one of you like to value your assets in USD. This is some of the strongest bullish divergences that's formed that I've seen on the chart very, very long time. You can clearly see higher lows on the indicators and lower highs on the chart. The only thing it's not great that you've lost these lows, but it's not the end of the world. What you now need to see is you need to see market structure come in here. You need to see the old boring W. I know I keep repeating myself, but literally this is how these things work. This is the lowest the RSI has been on ever on the 3-day, etc. Right? And bullish divergence is obviously on these daily time frames as well. You just need market structure to form and then you can go. Hey Hans, I'd be interested to see your take on PulseChain charts, also OMG and PPAP. Yeah, throw in your requests. I'll look at the top coins. I've gone through many of the Tangang coins with the paid group. And I'm waiting for some of them to come down even more. To get some. E-Hex versus Hex. Actually, that is a freaking interesting chart. Here we go. E-Hex from Ethereum versus Hex. Yeah, hit the like button. That's a breakout. This is a breakout for E-Hex. You can see the massive market structure that's formed. That's the highest high, and you're now breaking above it, right? Holding it as support, but you can see the indicators here. There's no bearish divergence. I mean, this can go much higher. You can see how high we got up here. And for market structure for a very long time, especially after a long consolidation like that. The 3-day breaking out here, but this is bearish divergences from down here, right? This is where I would start thinking about taking profits back into Hex. You can see the clear bearish divergence. It's taken a lot, right, to have it here. But technically, this is a breakout. I think it's a little bit too early to take profits. That is why you need to have... I mean, this is an incredible bullish divergence from down here. Look, lower prices, higher indicator. That's strong bullish divergence, but it will only be confirmed once we break above these levels. I mean, the weekly has a lot more room to move. If this does break above here, it's going to be a super fast move right up to resistance, right up to here, which is at 39, 0.40% of a Hex, right? E-Hex for a Hex. It's going to move quickly And you might just get rejected at that level. I don't know. That's why you need to have a systematic way of trading these things. But clear breakout actually here. Let's see. It has to close above this breakout level, and then it'll go higher. That's the breakout. This is the confirmation candle, and you'll see further upside after that. But the indicators are getting a little bit overextended here. Yeah, that was an interesting chart to look at. I don't know if you guys want to look at Hedron, PLSP, PDI. I think this would be interesting to revisit these things. I told you guys, if you lose the structure, it's not great, but the indicators are reset nicely. That is bearish market structure. Let's see where your reload zone is. I can't fault the Grand if she wanted to get some here. It's probably time after massive FUD, manufactured FUD. It's generally time to be interested in these things. But that's USD. I don't value my coins against USD. I mean, if the USD value has bottomed and this still needs to bleed, which is the PLS version, tells me that PLS might be showing some strength quite soon and putting these altcoins under pressure. It's in the nosebleed section. I can't be interested up there. You can see the bearish divergences that's formed here as it made this last high. It has confirmed these bearish divergences. So the RSI is going to have to come down to retest these lows. And hopefully you can get, if you're interested in getting some there in the reload zone. It's a 70 million market cap coin. I have a relative large amount of this, more than I would like to hold, really. I'd rather play with like very, very small market cap stuff. And anyway, it's not in value just yet, but it is getting there. It was very, very overextended. Teddy bear. 16 million K market cap. The RSI is coming down beautifully. I mean, it's just really been trading in this range. You're not yet at the 61.8. Let's just remove the phobia. I'd be interested to get some here. It's going to get the RSI nice and oversold. Maybe form some bullish divergences. And then you can go much, much higher, maybe. But it's in the nosebleed section, not in value, right? Value for it is down here. And it looks like you're going to get it. Just be patient. You can see the bearish divs here when price made higher highs. Wrapped BTC. 21 million market cap. Perfect double top. It had no bearish divergences, but we can see where value is at. We're in the nosebleed section and not quite there just yet. Need to wait. Gophers was as boring. And I don't appreciate the fact that they're fudding PulseChain down here. And I thought that was crazy when I was selling halves on doubles on Gophers. Solid X getting ritualized. What does Sota say? An ugly chart, right? Even on the 3-day. The 3-day has a lot more room to the downside, whereas the RSI, it got as low as 22. But there's no bull divs here. There's no market structure. Right, I don't hate your coin. I don't hate your coin. I'm just reading this as a book to you guys. Please don't hate me. Frankly, I really don't care what you guys do. Small little W here on the shorter time frames. Already quite overextended here just from this bounce. It's gonna need a lot more time. But it's interesting to see the power that... yeah, let me go to your Pokecoins because I'm getting into the weeds now. And I don't want to give these people publicity, especially these rich people give their coins free publicity. They can come in here and request them, right? They all want to fade me because they dislike my personality. And that's fine. I mean, we're not going to talk about their coins unless they come here and request them. So let's look at your coins, Stephen Pav. He wants us to take a look at the Pokecoins. We can start with the granny tokens. Do check out the granny tokens. All of them are up on green, up almost double figures. Granny is up 20% on the day. And people just love selling these to me at these lows. So Charizard over here, 89,000 market cap. 12K liquidity here, but there is $3.5 of USD down here. This is still a very, very early chart. You can see the W starting to form here, right? I mean, we're not blind, right? We can see the W form here. It'll only be confirmed once it breaks above here. It's given me one chance to get it in the 61.8, and I just bought it, which was right here. And it's not given me another chance in the 61.8, which just shows the strength in this asset, right? It's just holding above that golden ratio. I don't know if it's going to give us a chance. I don't think the RSI is even printed yet on the daily. Yeah, so this is Charizard. So this is the 12-hour. The RSI is nice and low down here. Not terribly oversold, no bullish divergences. But there's going to easily form bullish market structure as soon as it breaks above there, right? And it goes. I mean, you can either go chase something that's millions of dollars of market cap or get something here that's relatively cheap. Might give you a little bit cheaper inside the reload zone, but I would be chopping at my... Yeah, I'll be getting it down here. If it does give me the chance, I risk not getting some, but I got here already. So actually my second buy level would be this 900 level, but we do run the risk of not getting it, right? It's just the way that these things work, right? So yeah, there's the W breakout. I don't know if it gives us lower. I'm kind of repeating myself, but what I wanted to say is you can go chase Steady Bear at 90 million, or what was it at? Or you can get this, which isn't even at 100K just yet. Much more fun, cool community. What's awesome, Hans? Thanks. I'm also an active member in Charizard community. Another TA question. Do you ever use the... I mean, you can use any indicator, right? The SMA, the simple moving averages or exponential moving averages is just another... indicator that you will look for confluence, right? So I need 3 reasons to take a trade, and the RSI's bullish divergence is one of them. But you can use the EMA, right? You can say, right, if we break above the EMA, this is one signal, and I've just plotted a random EMA cross here. Right, so you would say, are we in location? If we're in location, yes. And if the price breaks above the moving averages, that's another reason for me to take a trade, right? So you're looking for 3 reasons to take a trade, often called confluence, just to sound fancy and intelligent. But yeah, it's just another reason, and you look for multiple reasons to take a trade. It can be an EMA, it can be an EMA cross, it can be the price crossing above the EMA, etc., etc. The price finding support on the EMA, whatever you like, right? Yeah, so that is Charizard. Let's look at Pika for you. But Pika's very, very high. This is a $2 million market cap coin. Fully diluted value because at 20 million, because 90% of the coins, I think, is in the burn address. So they're technically not circulating. So it is 2 million market cap. Let's put it at that. You're just consolidating here at the highs while the indicators are going lower. But it is in it's in the nosebleed section, right? You can see where value for me is. This doesn't mean it can't go higher. In fact, this looks quite bullish, like it wants to move higher here. But I'm not going to chase this. I'm going to wait for value. This might go even higher, right? And then I'll just pull my fib up again and just wait for these areas to get hit, right? It's just what I have to do. And I'll probably ignore it then. But this is a beautiful chart. I'm not going to lie. I mean, but then again, I created this LP pool right here. This is my LP pool that I made. So people are up a lot on this. I personally won't chase this. That doesn't mean it can't go higher, right? It's just my rules. You have to figure out what works for you, and I figured out that this has worked for me. And even Sami will tell you to pull up your box, right? He's probably got a box at the 50% because it seems like he's he starts buying at the 50%. And this is the 50% on the fib here. It's not a fib level, but it is a valid GAN level used often in investing because it shows you where it's pretty much priced off the highest 50%, right? So there you go. Actually is right back at the bottom of its range, and I got some here. 43k market cap. Let's see what else you guys want to. Oh, so we've looked at Pika. I mean, there's others even more. I mean, there's Blastoids and there's Pomi and there's Mudkip. So getting quite saturated here, but if any of these have to have value for the meme strength, it's only Charizard. Because no one buying cards. I mean, I've got a stack of Pokemon cards behind me of a lot of value. And I'm not looking to get Pawmi or Pikachu. Maybe I don't understand. I do understand that Sami has a lot more influence than I have. He has like, what, 6 times more, or that's like 10 times more YouTube subscribers than I do. A lot more Twitter subscribers. So I get that, but I don't get the meta. There's no reasons these should be valued more than Charizard. Because people only want Charizard, nothing else. Right, if I'm going to buy any pack now, it's because it holds a Charizard card, and the Charizard is the pool card, and everybody wants the Charizard. But anyway, this is Pawmi, but it's a cool meta. I enjoy it. 120k market cap. I don't know who the founders are. I'm pretty sure the artist is the same guy who made the Charizard art. But he did reach out to me. I think he wanted me to create more coins, more of this meta. But he seemed like he's gone with Stylo, and it's fine. They all want to simp for the Tang Gang. I mean, I don't know what really to tell you here on Pawmi. Let's just do the general analysis that we always do. Let's look for reload zones. Let's remove the 50. You're above the reload zone, right? I can't even look at this up here. Right. The RSI is high here, much higher than Charizard is on the 4 hourly. You know, fine market structure. That is the W breakout that doesn't want to fall above, right? But I can't touch it here. I should have been interested in these areas down here. And it's going to give you another chance. This looks droopy to me here on the RSI. But who's promoting this? Oh, it's just a Pawmi. 40 members. Charizard has 5 times more than that and is valued 30,000 market cap less. But then I have quite a bias because I ran the community takeover. Blastoise was launched on pump.fun. But they don't do well for some reason after they come off pump.com. Pump.fun. This looks terrible, right? A 25k market cap. Oh, this is the Big Brain Academy. So this is the guy launching PulseChain, Table, Rug, all of those coins. They have massive run-ups, but they come all the way back. It's actually great coins to trade. Like I've done really, really well on those Big Brain Academy coins. I don't know why they pump that hard, but they dump just as hard. And you can reload them again. I mean, that's my strategy with these. Let's see what Mudkip is doing. I mean, and these are Gen 2 Pokemon, right? Many of you guys don't even know about these Gen 2 unless you played Pokemon Go or anything like that. But for them to tell me that Mudkip defeats Charizard just shows their ignorance, right? It's actually quite disrespectful. Versus PLS here. I mean, let's not chart it on the 5-minute chart. No. 58, the same market cap as, what's its name, as Charizard, right? Just pull out the RSI here. This is the 4-hourly. Let's check out the 12-hourly so we can compare them all to Charizard. Not in the reload zone. Incredibly high here where Charizard is printing its RSI down here. Is it in value? No, value for it is down here. Wait for that chance. And the indicators also have a lot more room to the downside because it hasn't even reset. Not on the 4-hourly and not on the 12-hourly. And this is a dead cat bounce here. It's going to come to these areas here. Let me plot it out for you. That's Mudkip. Have we looked at the... Oh, no, we have not looked at Mafia. If you guys are interested in playing Mafia, do reach out to me. t.me/the Grand Clan. That's t.me/the Grand Clan. That is our recruitment channel. Do join it. We're gonna vet you. We have a small what do you call it? A small entry fee just to have a little bit of an income for the family. Do check out Mafia, right? I'm not talking about this because I'm affiliated or anything with the team. Not at all, all right? You guys know that I just do charts, right? They did reach out to me to take a look at it, and I did, and I am thoroughly enjoying this. It's already been a lot of fun playing this, and I bought the literal low of Mafia coincidentally. Luckily, it came across my my desk at these areas down here. So just before this massive breakout happened, it's not me that caused the breakout at all. So this is the 12-hourly, a little bit overextended here, but this is a staunch selling tax. So I'm just holding on to my Mafia. I don't. It's staked anyway in the family. So. And I did buy some of this with my own money. And I'm up well, way up, way above my usual take profit levels. But I'm pretty invested, and that's the wrong way of saying I'm pretty emotionally invested in this game thus far. Because we are ranked number 8 here. And we are recruiting. We need some rich folks that are willing to open up some crates so we can get up the ranks here. I would love to have had a few crates to show you guys how I open it. But anyway, I've been buying my own crates as well as I've been making profits in other coins. I just have to control myself because it's quite addictive opening crates. Like opening crates in any game is, right? Oh, there the music goes. Either way, do check it out. I'm playing it. Do come to t.me/the Grand Clan, right? Before you go to anyone else, please come to me first, right? Especially if you've been following me for a while and you're one of my passionate followers, if you would like to call it that. Right? What else are we looking at? We've looked at Pika. Oh, it's some of the Tangang coins. Dick with Butt up 9% since I've bought it. Oh, I need to sell some of this NBA. Jeez, what the hell is going on here? Okay, beautifully right back to my... Do you see these lines that I plot on the chart? I do not disregard to them. You can see how they come back to these levels. It's magic. Orange man, good. Right, if somebody's talking about something you have no interest looking at it, right, it is most likely too late. But holding up very, very strongly here, right in the... It is in the reload zone, right? Let me give you that. So, I've gotten some here. You might want to get some here, right? But do be cognizant of the fact that this can easily go to these lower levels, right? And this is how I do it, like catching these things like falling knives, right? I blindly buy the 61.8, I'll blindly buy the 78.6 level, and I'll blindly buy the 88.6 level. Those are the three nibbles that I'm allowed on any assets. Now I'm risking or I'm managing my risk. I'm already telling you guys way too much, teaching you the whole strategy. But either way, the RSI is not oversold yet. I'm not even going to look for some bullish divergences. But you are forming some market structure here. You've still got higher lows, and it's trying to break a higher high here. But this range is tight here. Let me just remove the... So I'll just leave it at that. I can't fault the granny if she wanted to get some here. I've gotten some in this range. Right. Everybody wanted it up here, and you're the first person to request it here, which is good to see. And then you said PPAP. I've gone through all of them. These videos are on my Patreon. So, I mean, you can pretty much subscribe for the Patreon and just go watch the full analysis that I've done a day or 2 days ago on all of them. And I'm not going to go through all of them now because there's way too many of them. It's going to take a whole hour to go through all of them. Right at value, right? The RSI's got more room to go. Once again, I can't fault the granny if she wanted some. If you want the full analysis, it is there in the Patreon. It gives you access to Telegram, and you can chat to me, whatever. I'm hard selling it today, anyway. But there is a lot of value there, if you are interested. Okay. Can't fault the granny if she wanted some, but do be cognizant that these can go lower. And I'm hoping these lower levels get hit because I want more of it, right? This has been, how long have I been live? This has been an hour. Let's see if we can get through all of your coins. PT, GC, I can already tell you this is too high. It's only been too high forever. I don't know if they hid it from us. A lot like some other people have done, like they hide the coin and then they talk about it and then they wreck us all. I didn't want to take that off. Let's just pull it back up here. Nice. Okay, the RSI is getting oversold, but I mean, you're just, this looks like a bullhorn. Very, very rare. Yeah, I don't know. You're not in the reload zone. The RSI is coming down nicely, which is good for you to see the fact that you're still as high and your indicator has reset. But it's not in the reload zone, so I can't really at all look at it, right? I need to wait for it to get down here. I don't know if I'm going to get it because the RSI is already telling me a different story. But I'm not buying these highs. No way in hell. I'm waiting down here. Right? I don't know what you're doing. You're responsible for your own decisions. This is not me telling you to do anything. You just need to... Okay. Okay, we've looked at Mafia. Mafia looks great. Can I chart PA? You've asked me this last time as well. So... $15 million market cap. I mean, it doesn't look bad here. It's holding up well. Yeah, and the RSI, man, you're in here. It's still trending higher. I'm not in love with the chart, just the structure. It's not impressive to me. It rallied off here weirdly, but it's in the reload zone. I mean, the RSI is in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I don't really know. Just like probably my analysis last time was weird as well. But if you're interested here, I can't fault you. There's lots of sellers. There's very little volume trading here. Not really anyone's interested in it. Maybe it catches a bit when the P coins have a narrative again. People are talking about it again. I don't know. PTV. PTV. 138k market cap, which is nice and low, just above the reload zone. The RSI is printing a little bit high. I got some at the 61.8, someone in here. I'm gonna wait for the 78.6 level. We most likely get these lower levels, which is fine, right? Reset your chart, reset your indicators, then you can go much higher in the future. They're very active. I like the things they're doing. They're funny. Yeah, they just need to continue being consistent. I would like for them chart to come a little bit lower. There's 10k volume trading here. The market cap is nice and low. I would love to get some more. And it would be best for me to not talk about it because I would love for these lower levels to get hit and for the RSI to get reset, etc., etc. Right? I think we've covered everything. Yeah, we've covered. Thanks. I have deployed at once at these levels, thinking of another this weekend. Yeah, choose your levels before the time. Stick to your plan. Don't get wrecked. Please play from a position of strength. It's going to get boring in the next few months. The only thing you have to do is survive and get past the end of this year. And I think if we move sideways here, and even with PulseChain, just consolidate sideways here, create a nice market structure. I would like to see the same price action we got back here, right? Just form this again. Move sideways for a significant amount of time, and then we can go again, right? This is what I would like to see. Right, that's fine. And then we can finally break out of this W up here. And then it's off to the races, right? So yeah, there's the plan. This takes us, okay, not that long, right? This takes us all the way to November. But either way, you guys get the point. This is probably even here. If we can get to these areas, this is probably where we start breaking out the end of the year. But it seems like, yeah, Ethereum might have some bullish action coming up in the next 2 weeks, a little bit more. So we'll look to that. Maybe we catch a bid with Ethereum. So yeah, some things to keep in mind. Don't get overly bullish because crypto looks very, very toppy here. But go to the beginning of the show to be more confused. Okay, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this. Click the like button and do subscribe to my freaking YouTube channel. It's stagnant. Because it pumps your bags. It puts us in the algorithm, the likes, etc. But if you don't want your bags pumped, don't engage. It's fine. I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers for now and bye-bye.